mechanic's version of a smile. The gods didn't give us this technology. We gave it to ourselves. Corin matched pace with Tag. No, strike that. We earned it ourselves. As long as that mechanic technology is good enough to get the Argo back into space, you can say whatever you want about it. That is, while we're on your planet. Once we're spacebound, all bets are off. Ah, Captain, you've hardly been one to deride mechanic technology. I fear your insults have no effect on me. I don't think you understand the implications here. This moratorium on respect toward mechanics while we're on Makara will end for Sophia, too. Corin feigned a human-like expression of shock, his thin lips making an O shape and his single working eye bulging slightly, even as his scarred-over eye looked as blank as ever. You wouldn't dare. I would. You know her tongue is sharper than a plasma scalpel, and those are damn sharp. I would know. I'm a doctor, Corin said with a hint of exasperation. A woman with a long, dark ponytail streaming behind her was bounding for them, waving. As you people are inclined to say, speak of the devil. Lieutenant Sophia Vasquez butted between the duo. Skipper, she said to Tag. Then, looking at Corin, Your Majesty, the king of all things mechanical and our honorable, superior scientific overlord. Tag imagined that if Corin had possessed eyebrows, he would have raised them as he said, Sharp tongue, eh? What? Sophia asked. You don't like the title? No, the title is fitting, Corin replied. Maybe not nuanced enough. A little lackluster in the sarcasm department. Tag looked behind them. Where's Alpha? I thought she was with you. She was, Sophia said, but she kind of got distracted. Sophia pointed toward the edge of the park near the Deep Origin Governmental Complex building where they were headed. A gaggle of black-furred, lanky mechanic children gathered around a silver-bodied synth biodroid, Alpha. Tag checked his wrist terminal to ensure they were still on time for their meeting with the mechanics and their newfound allies, the Melchiorri. 15 minutes to spare. They approached Alpha and her posse of young mechanics. Each of the children stared at her with wide, curious golden eyes as she regaled them with the intricacies of human-created artificial intelligence and the biological engineering necessary to make her existence a reality. Tag couldn't tell if the children were more captivated simply by her mere presence as a living, talking synth biodroid or by the technical challenges she explained to them. Knowing mechanics, either option was a very real possibility. Seeing Tag, Sophia, and Corin approach, Alpha looked up. Captain Brewer, I lost track of time. I see the meeting is about to reconvene. That it is, Tag said. A few of the mechanic children backed up as if afraid of him. Murmurs of his name spread through their ranks. Have you been telling them ghost stories about me or something? Before Alpha could answer, one of the mechanic children tugged on his sleeve with a six-fingered hand. You created her. Captain Brewer, another called. Tell us about the neurosilico connections. What about the processing power of a synth bio-brain compared to a traditional computational intelligence? Their voices rattled off a litany of questions to rival even the most aggressive of human academics at the galaxy-renowned University of Ganymede. Maybe later, Tag replied with an amused laugh. The group crossed a street. Really more of a magnetic railway for the autopods that swerved through pedestrian traffic like water around rocks. Tag still hadn't gotten used to the wind whipping past him from the AI-driven vehicles. They always seemed to be on a collision course with the pedestrians casually crossing through the traffic, but he did his best to follow Corin's lead and confidently continue toward the government building. To do so was to fight a screaming voice inside his head telling him he was going to die each time an autopod careened in his direction and abruptly changed course at the last second. An energy shield-like door fizzled away as the group approached the government building, and a squad of mechanic soldiers escorted them through the obsidian halls. A sense of pride swelled in Tag's chest as mechanics paused what they were doing at their terminal pods to stare at him and his crew. Whispers of his crew and their role in the retaking of Makara